people. I just landed in your town.
And a slow fade.
Ooh.
Indeed, sir. Welcome back. Or if you're just here for the first time, welcome.
It's a hashtag.
Where you been?
Just saying.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So,
Happy Friday the 13th.
it is Friday the 13th. Sean is all decked out.
Yes, he is. Oh, it's Jason.
Why do we need a chime?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't we?
Why not?
That's for him.
So, first off,
First.
I got a couple of things.
Oh, second.
Okay. First and foremost, my voice is going to sound like this.
Okay, Peter.
Yeah, when it's time to
change.
change. I was talking to a friend of mine on the phone today, and they were laughing their ass off because every other word my voice was cracking. But there's nothing I can do. So, this is what it is. It's what it is.
I think I'll be that one tonight.
So,
All right.
that aside,
All right.
it was brought to my attention
Bye.
by an individual who shall remain nameless,
Oh.
Tina. Usually editing is flawless. Last week I did mess up a little bit on the audio because we there's the first half on YouTube. Hi YouTube. And
For free.
yes, and we also there's a latter half of the show. So that's available on iTunes, SoundCloud,
Stitcher.
Google Play, or whatever it is now. Anchor, Amazon Music, Spotify. Did I say Audible? If I didn't, Audible.
Yes.
You did now.
Yes, you did.
So there's that. Now, throughout the week, I've been posting little clips from the audio section, mainly so to keep the social media active. But I've also been posting them on YouTube so the YouTube people can see what they're missing.
Yep.
So there's that.
Cool.
And it was brought to my attention that in the latter half of the show, when we switch to audio only, and we do a little, we were just like, we were just bantering about something silly, but that's actually in the show. My friend was like, I think you meant to shut that off, and I'm like, yeah, I should have.
What did we say?
I mean, it wasn't anything bad.
Oh, okay.
Good.
So it's not like we're gonna get like,
I am offended.
Yeah, I mean,
is that why Pepsi's not calling?
What the fuck?
so there's that.
All right.
So that's out of the way. So I apologize. It was not, and I could have, when it was brought to my attention, I was gonna go in and fix it. But my friend said it was actually kind of funny. So I said, well, if it's funny, I'll leave it.
Leave it in.
Yeah, I
A
mean,
mistake. Leave it in.
yeah.
They do that in movies. Like, that wasn't supposed to be. Yeah, leave it in.
Yeah. So I said, well, I'll just have, I'll leave it be, and we'll have one imperfect show.
There you go.
You can't be perfect all times.
Nope.
You could, but
Well, it's a lot of work to be perfect. I gotta be honest with you.
It's a lot.
It is a lot of work. I'm gonna be sounding like this. I'm sorry.
We don't wake up like this.
Yeah, no.
He does. I'm just kidding.
Excuse me. No, I wish I did. So there's that. Now, how was everybody's week?
Good.
Good?
Yeah. I saw a pretty good movie.
What'd you say?
It's called Ambulance with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Ambulance.
He robs a bank and then hijacks an ambulance to try to escape.
Oh.
The guy from Aquaman's in it. The Black Manta. I can't pronounce his name, so I'm not
I don't
going to try
know.
to butcher it.
That's
He
fine.
played the villain
That's
in the first Aquaman.
fine. Okay.
And now...
him.
Yeah, him. And they rob a bank, and they use the ambulance to escape, and calamity ensues.
I guess.
Oh, not a bad idea. You got the sirens and the lights, so you can get pretty
It's
far.
been a good movie.
I got you. I don't have anything
It's
for that.
it's very action-packed.
All right.
I think it was on
That's the best I can do.
Amazon Prime.
Prime, man. Prime delivers.
They do.
They do.
You know what else is on Prime?
Optimus.
Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, is that on
So it's
Prime
like,
now?
Like $5-6 to rent. I'll check it out.
I don't even know if I'd watch it for free.
Yeah, you would.
I'm just not.
You're not a big fan of Tom Cruise?
I'm not a huge Tom Cruise fan.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'll take it with me. That's all.
I just like Cocktail. That was probably the only one.
I think Top Gun is the only Tom Cruise movie I own. Oh, no, well, can we count Tropic Thunder? Because he's in that like that much. So, there's that.
The 30 Mission Impossible movies he made.
Oh, God, my mom loves those. They're coming up with another Mission Impossible.
Damn.
Well, when is the mission going to end? Is
When
it
he's
possible?
dead.
Is it possible the mission can end?
When he's dead.
True.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Yep.
Right through the hole. Jeez.
Look at that.
That's how it should be.
Yes.
Ask any girl.
Oh. My mom watches.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
Mom. Yeah, I didn't say hi last week. Hi, Mom.
Oh, Lordy. I can't read anything anymore.
Me neither.
There we go. Now it's big enough.
All right.
Yeah. So I didn't want to dive deep into this,
Oh. Well,
but
jump on in.
so now, quick aside, I did try to call my mom this afternoon, and it went right to voicemail.
Oh, she's busy.
So she was too busy for the likes of me. All right, so that's fine. It's fine.
My
But-
ringer was turned off.
Well, it was just I didn't because I was gonna. I kind of had an inkling I might talk a little bit about more doctor visits,
Hey.
and I thought I
They're
didn't
endless
want to.
this month.
Yeah, I didn't want to have to.
Didn't you have 3 this week? Was that next
No, I had 2 this week,
week? All right.
and then I have 2 things next week.
Damn.
Yeah.
6 after that. And then the week after that, I got 4.
You got like a first name basis. Hey, Tara.
Yeah, you would think, right? So, anywho's, because I didn't want her to have to hear it on the show and have her be mad at me. I don't want to be grounded. I'm gonna send you to your room. Good. That's where I want to be anyway.
That's where all my stuff is.
That's where I want to be
Like
anyway.
video games.
Where I wanted to go in the first place.
Send me to my room.
Thank
So, I will start with the first doctor I saw
All right.
earlier in the week, and
Specialist.
I went to see him. He does have a specialist. He specializes in stomach things, and I went to see him, and he is a surgeon.
Like a
And
surgeon.
He was not shy about telling me he was a surgeon.
Okay.
If I played a drinking game in his office, the amount of times he told me he was a surgeon, I would have been drunk. Now, I went to him not for surgery, but for a consultation. I wanted to speak to him about something.
All right.
Having to do with you, not him.
Yes.
Was
And
it a free consultation?
No, because it... And you know what? All this fucking doctor shit is costing me a ton of money. Every
Damn
copay.
copays.
Oh, the copays kill me.
So my specialist. $60.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every one of those you can get.
So he goes, you know, what can I do for you? So I
Your
alert him.
job?
I alert
Heal
him.
me.
I alert him as far as what he can do for me.
All right.
And then he says, well,
Did you know I'm a surgeon?
I don't really do that because I'm a surgeon.
Okay.
And I said, okay. And he goes, well, why won't you consider this? And I'm like, because I don't want to have a surgery. I'd rather not do that. And then he's like, I said, I have a bunch of other plates spinning. I don't need this bullshit. And he goes, well, and he literally went like this. I'm a surgeon, is what I do. And I was like, you are lame.
I'd be like, well, why are you here?
So I said, listen, we're not going to get anywhere. Because I'm not doing the thing that you do. And he decides he's going to go through the whole process with me. And I said, you can tell me about the surgery as many times as you like. I'm not having the surgery. And he didn't back off until I told him that I have a pre-existing condition. And then he was like, oh, well, yeah, you probably shouldn't have this surgery. And I'm like, I've been trying to talk to you about that.
Thanks, Captain.
So he referred me to somebody else.
Another surgeon.
No, not a surgeon.
All right.
But in the meantime, to deal with other stomach things, they thought, maybe a nutritionist will help. So they put me in touch with a nutritionist. Now,
All right.
I had no problem talking to the nutritionist.
All right.
I said, I can only benefit from the conversation. What I learned from speaking to this woman is that, one, I don't eat enough, and two, apparently she wants to take away my sugary drinks.
No.
Yes.
We're trying to get a sponsor with those drinks.
I know. Do I have a... Oh,
Purple.
yes, I sure do.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
So I'm on the... we're doing a telehealth thing, right? So
Yeah.
she's like, run me through what you have in a day. So I told her, and I was very honest, and she's like, okay. She's like, is that it? And I said, yeah. And she goes, you don't eat lunch? And I said, no, I nap. And she goes, I would prefer you eat lunch. And I was like, I'm not hungry at lunchtime. And she said, well, maybe half a sandwich? Like she's bargaining with me.
Compromise.
How about half a sandwich? And
How
I'm
about-
like,
how about a potato chip?
a sandwich, like what? And she's like, I don't know, would you eat tuna fish? And I'm like, no.
Ugh.
Look at
I
Joe.
don't like tuna
Ugh.
fish either.
Ugh. So I said, in lieu of tuna fish,
Lou.
chicken salad? And she's like, chicken salad would be good. And she's like, but you have to go light on the mayo and stuff. And I was like, well, this is just, you're killing me now.
Rules.
Yeah, so then she's like, okay. So we got to the drinks, and she goes, how many sodas do you think you drink in a day? And I said, probably not as much as you think. I said, but probably more than I should. If I'm being, I was honest with her.
All right.
I said, I can't give you a number because I've never really counted. Because I've never had to report to someone and tell them how many I drink in a day. So she goes, if you had to guess. And I was like, I don't know, like 3 or 4. I said, I'm lowballing.
One with each meal, right?
No, kind of, yeah.
Okay.
So she goes, well, she goes, well, what is it that you drink? I said, well, Mountain Dew. I said, and then I looked at her and I said, I won't apologize for that. It's delicious. And she goes, okay. She said, what else? Do you drink coffee? And I said, no, I'll drink iced tea. I said, and I also love those little cranberry, like cran mango, cran tropical, the little ocean spray cranberry drinks. She goes, ooh, no, none of them. And I'm like, what? I said, I drink them with breakfast. They're delicious.
This is why you don't talk to a nutritionist.
She said, how many do you drink? I said 2 because they're little 8-ounce fuckers. So she goes, mm-mm. She said, I would prefer you not drink those at all. And I said, well, that's not going to happen. And she said, if you have to drink one, she said, just one every other day. And I was like, that's not going to satisfy my thirst. They're itty-bitty.
Drink water. Yeah.
Oh, we got to water. She goes, do you drink water at all? And I said,
I love to.
Is there water and soda? Then yes. Yes, I do.
Then yes. I said, well, I said, I'm going to be honest with you. I said, just recently, in the past few months, I've started having 1 little bottle of water a day. And she's like, oh, okay. And I said, and believe me when I tell you that this is a big deal. I said, because water has not entered my body unless I was swimming and just accidentally opened my mouth.
No shower.
Yeah. She's like, okay. And I said, it has to be flavored because I hate plain water. And she goes,
Second that.
like, I mean, I was probably
It's
the worst.
healthy flavored water.
This is probably the worst conversation she's had in days. She was like, okay, does it have to? I said, yeah, because I won't drink plain water. It tastes gross to me. So she gave me an eyebrow, and she's like, okay. She said, well, which one? And I told her I drink Fruit 2.0.
Right.
The orange, because it's delicious. And she's like, well, I can't find anything about that if there's sugar in it. She's like, take it easy with those. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
was
my
like-
boss.
It was like being reprimanded by my mom. She's like, oh,
How's she gonna know?
Well, I mean, it only benefits me to be honest.
Right.
So I will be honest with her. And I've only had one soda today, mainly because I was out. I had to go to the doctor, so I wasn't even around. But I mean, we're getting into bargaining things when she's like, how about half a sandwich and 2 sodas a day? And I'm like, what else you got?
Roll the dice.
Roll the dice. What else you got? Now I saw the big dog. I saw the big doctor today.
Did you?
Yeah.
What'd he have to say?
Well,
I'm
He
gonna
was-
have to touch you.
this is my primary now. He's new.
Yeah.
And I will say that he was either he was having a spectacular day or he's getting used to me because he walked in a little bit more jovial than he did last time. So he's like,
A
hey.
little pepper in his step.
Yeah, he had a little pep in his step.
Nice.
So we had
He
a
was like-
conversation. So we had a conversation, and I told him about all the other doctors that I have seen and what is happening. And then I asked him about my lung test because I hadn't heard back from the pulmonologist.
All right.
Now, I got COVID a year ago, and since I got it,
Me too.
I've had trouble breathing. So I said, how did the test go? I said, in a way, I want there to be something wrong because I want to be validated.
Right.
But in another way, I don't want there to be anything wrong. And he goes, well, he didn't even know. He goes, well, I'm going to have to check into that. So he's clicking away as I'm talking to him. And he's like, oh, yeah, I got the results. And he's like, oh. And I went, oh. And he goes, yeah. And he said, well, I hate to tell you this, but you have asthma. And I was like, really?
Didn't you already know that?
No, I never had asthma before.
Oh. I think he was like, what's the thing you have?
I have sarcoidosis.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So COVID gave me asthma.
Fucking hell.
Yay. And he's putting me on an inhaler. I have to have an inhaler. I have to take shots of an inhaler twice a day.
When? Like just.
I pick it up tomorrow. I have to start immediately. And he's like, you
So
get...
like every 12 hours.
He just said twice a day.
Oh.
Morning at night or whatever.
When you want.
And then he was like, and this is the part that kind of like got to me. I said, he goes, after you do it, rinse your mouth. And I said, okay. And he goes, and I'm not joking.
Rinse your mouth. What do you mean?
Like
bubble?
rinse it with water or something.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. I said, why? And he goes, well, because it's a hard steroid and I can get like this massive infection and shit in my mouth. So and he goes,
But it won't infect your insides or if you suck it in? But just your mouth?
just with my mouth. So he goes, okay. And I said, well, is that like fatal or something? And he goes, no. He said, but it's unpleasant and we don't want to have to deal with that. We got enough we're dealing with.
Add to the list.
Yeah. Because then he went on to tell me that I have an irregular heartbeat now. Again, from the COVID.
Damn COVID.
My heart is beating. I have 2 extra beats. And one is happening at the top of my heart and the other is happening at the bottom of my heart. And I was like, son of a bitch. So I was talking to a friend of mine And I was explaining it, and I said, apparently my heart is beating 2 extra beats. And he goes, oh. And then he goes,
rhythm.
And then he goes, 'cause you love twice as much. I went, fuck you. And I have to have a fuck you on there somewhere.
No.
I couldn't give a fuck.
There you go. Oh,
What the fuck?
there you go. So that was
Seriously?
I'm not thrilled.
Tuesday, I'll try to find a good FU.
So I like what I got. So I'm having a procedure done on Tuesday that I'm sure will give me a story next week. It's not a pleasant surgery. And what's happening is my mom's going to be so pissed. She was so mad at you about the mic last week. She's like, he's distracting me. So
I got to keep my chin up.
So I told
Keep your head up.
the doctor I have that, and he goes, okay. He said, well, the prep for that's going to be really unpleasant. And I was like, oh, thanks for, cheering me up. And he's like,
my day again.
And he goes, well, I'm just being honest with you. He goes, it's the worst part of the whole thing. He goes, so good luck. And we ended our day.
All right, then.
And I went to go have blood work done, and apparently I was supposed to fast, so that didn't happen.
Oh.
Yeah. I said, nobody fucking told me. I said, tell me.
I didn't fast. I slowed.
Nah. Yeah.
Well, then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you got?
I ain't got nothing like that. Damn.
Yeah.
Frankie Muniz is going to be training to become a NASCAR driver.
I thought he was a NASCAR driver.
He was like a driver.
Okay.
Now he's going to go into NASCAR.
Okay.
Lisa Marie. What? Lisa Marie. Oh. Well, that's kind of like a sad thing, but Lisa Marie Presley passed away.
Okay.
So, rest in peace. All right.
I'm 54.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, a heart attack or something.
I don't know. I don't know the details. What was that?
The plug just came off.
Oh.
You still here?
Good.
All right.
Just came straight down. Like, oh shit.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Wasn't even trying to unscrew it this time.
Damn. Why do some YouTubers put really crappy music in their videos?
I don't know, because it's royalty free.
It's like, damn, if I want to hear crappy music, I just turn on the radio.
Ooh. Man. But I agree.
Yeah.
I want to know how some can just put up a regular song that's copyrighted, edit it for about 5 hours, and YouTube lets them keep it up.
I have no idea. But
We do like 5 seconds of a freaking song, and we get flagged.
They probably pay you to.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
The thing that bothers me the most is when they have the crappy music and it's loud. Like it overshadows
The video.
the
And they're trying to talk. Like, I can't hear you
yeah,
talking
the-
over the fucking music.
the speaking. It's like you should be above the music.
Yeah.
Right.
Background music.
Yeah, it should be
Like elevator music.
yeah, exactly.
Top floor.
Yeah.
So what'd you think of the new AntMan Quantumania trailer? Without Bill Murray.
I don't
No
know.
Bill Murray in this one.
I don't know. But
Still
you know what?
movie.
I was skeptical about the first Ant-Man,
Yeah.
and I enjoyed it. So I'm going to try to hold
very
off
good.
my judgment.
I like his cousin, the Spanish dude.
Oh, okay.
He always tells the stories.
Oh, yeah. I know. Well, let me see.
He's funny.
Oh,
Luis.
I like when the doctor's office is like, you have an appointment. Yeah, no shit.
Thanks.
Thanks so much. So, do you want to do your... I'm sorry, I can't help it. Do you want to do your notes up front or to the back?
Up front.
Up front, he's got it.
All right. What do you got, Sean?
I gotta put my glasses on, so I gotta take this off.
Oh.
Yes. I'm always scaring more people now than I was before. I'm printing out something here about the real story behind Friday the 13th. It's not just a movie.
Oops. Sorry.
That's all right.
Oh, yeah!
What is it, Sean?
It's considered an unlucky day in Western superstition.
All right.
It occurs when the 13th day of the month in Gregorian calendar falls on a Friday, which happens at least once every year, but you can see it occur up to 3 times in the same year. For example, 2015 had Friday the 13th in February, March, and November. 2017 through 2020 had 2 Friday the 13ths. 2016, 2021, 2022 had just 1 occurrence. 2023, 2024 will have 2 Friday the 13ths.
All right.
The unluckiness of 13. According to the folklore historian Donald Dossey, the unlucky nature of the number 13 originated with a Norse myth about 12 gods having a dinner party. The trickster god Loki, Loki, who was not invited, arrived as
Probably for a reason.
arrived as the 13th guest and arranged to shoot a mistletoe-tipped arrow. Quote, Balder died and the whole earth got dark.
Oh.
The whole earth mourned, and it was a bad, unlucky day. Major event in the mythology caused the number 13 to be considered unlucky. The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci, the superstition seems to relate to various things, like the story of Jesus' Last Supper and the crucifixion, which there were 13 individuals present in the upper room on the 13th of Nisan, I guess.
Sure.
Nisan.
Nisan.
I'll take that.
It's French.
Excuse me.
Monday,
There we go.
Thursday, the night before the death on Good Friday.
All right.
In conjunction with Friday, while there is evidence of both Friday and the number 13 being considered unlucky, there is no record of the 2 items being referred to as especially unlucky in conjunction before the 19th century.
All right.
In the 19th century, in France, Friday the 13th might have been associated with misfortune. As early as the first half of the 19th century, a character in the 1834 play Les Finesses des Grieux States, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
I assume it's French. I don't know. It could be Italian. Quote, I was born on a Friday, December 13th, 1813, from which comes all my misfortunes.
Oh, then.
An early documented reference in English occurs in biography of G. Rossani, who died on Friday the 13th. Quote, Rossani was surrounded by by admiring friends. And if that's true, like so many Italians, he regarded Fridays as unlucky day and 13 as an unlucky number. It is remarkable that on Friday the 13th of November, he passed away. Let's see. I'm going to skip this part.
Nah.
More stuff that I can't pronounce.
Yes.
Friday the 17th in Italy. In Italian popular culture, Friday the 17th, not the 13th, is considered a bad luck day. The origin of this belief can be traced in the writings of the number 17 in Roman numerals XVII. By shuffling the digits of the number 1 can be easily get the word VIXI, parentheses, I have lived, implying death at present. An omen of bad luck. In fact, in Italy, 13 is generally considered a lucky number. However, due to Americanization, young people consider Friday the 13th unlucky as well. In 2000, parody film Shrek, If You Know What I Did Last Friday the 13th, that was released in Italy with the title Shrek, Do You Have Something to Do on Friday the 17th? The hell with that.
Nah.
I'm tired of reading more.
Right on.
That's some history of Friday the 13th.
A brief history.
Not the movie.
Yeah.
It's usually the first thing we all think about on this day.
Eh. Word.
Jason Voorhees.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So today you want to put a mask on and go kill somebody.
I guess.
I'm ready.
So,
So,
Jay is feeling slightly better.
yay.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that's all that's worth.
So did he move up from the flu to the cold? Now is he saying he has a cold?
No, now
allergies.
now we have a cold.
Ah, I thought so.
But he was
Happy
such a so-and-so last week.
Like so-and-so.
We were eating, and there was rice with the meal.
All right.
And then all of a sudden, he's like, oh.
He was like, huh?
Excuse me. He goes, oh, I have a pain. I said, yeah, where's your pain? He goes, oh, it's right here. He goes, I think the rice went into my lungs. I said, and how do you think that happened? It's like, he's like, I don't know, but
Wrong pipe.
I don't know, but I think I got rice in my lungs now. And I said, well, just keep breathing deep. Maybe it'll move. It'll keep moving down to the stomach. I said, I have no...
The doctor watches, that's impossible.
Yeah. I wasn't going to get into it with him. You're like, I don't think so.
Oh, we don't play that.
Yeah.
There's a message in my alphabet. It says, ooh, you're eating Cheerios. Wrong one.
So,
Anyway.
now that
Ow.
I'm on the naughty list,
Ooh, shit.
and I can only have 2 Mountain Dews a day,
All right.
I am still trying to find the Pitch Black.
Oh.
Unless the Pitch Black Mountain Dew is coming back.
Shrewsbury.
Well,
That's the test market.
Here's the thing, right? And he said that last week, right?
Right.
What did I say?
To check Shrewsbury.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Told you.
I'm on this Mountain Dew discussion board.
They probably get
All
it
right.
first.
Like a forum.
Yes,
All right.
and people post all kinds of shit. And
I found it.
one person posted, I found it in Mass. So I click on the post and I go to read it.
Right, there's a good sign.
Shrewsbury.
Yes.
Damn.
I went, are you kidding me? So Jay,
Nice.
I was talking to Jay the other day.
Road trip.
Sorry, I was talking to Jay the other day, and I said, when's the next time you're gonna be up Worcester way? And he said, oh, by the end of the week, I have to go up there. There's stuff I have to do at one of the stations. And I said, oh, because supposedly the Pitch Black has been spotted in Shrewsbury. So he's like, I'll look for you.
All right.
So I was in the doctor's office. He was texting me, so I didn't get it until I got out.
All right.
But he's like, he stopped, I guess,
Eureka.
at two different convenience stores, and he even showed me the picture of the thing, and he's like, I don't see it.
Damn.
You didn't try hard enough.
Excuse me. God, it's getting worse.
You gotta hit more stores.
So I said, well, that sucks. I said, I'm not going to send you all over the place, but I was kind of hoping you would find it.
Oh, well. Next time.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Thank you. It was my favorite. I love this one.
Well, that would be bullshit then, wouldn't it, my darling? I couldn't give a tinker's fig.
There you go. I love that. That's my favorite.
Yes.
So, I don't want to. So you saw Ambulance. Now I watched. No, I can talk about what I watched.
All right.
We can talk what I want to talk about. Shit.
All right.
Talk about this with my chums.
My chums.
What did you...
That's an old-fashioned
Partake.
word.
You remember that from Monday?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you this. I have to tell you the first part in order to tell you the second.
Okay.
Which
That
is
would
the
make
only
sense.
the only second the second part's really all
I'm
I
going to
want to
read
say.
the end of the book, then see if I like it.
Oh, my coworker does
Mm-hmm.
that.
I know, that's why I brought it up.
That drives me crazy. I'm gonna read the end of the book. Why?
I'm going to watch the last episode first.
Okay, so
They all die.
there's this police drama that I got into, right? And it's called Happy Valley.
Happy Valley.
Happy Valley.
All right.
It is not a happy valley.
No.
So Happy Valley is set in this small town in England, like it's one of those like Derbyshire, like one of those shit little towns. So this guy, I'm gonna just give you the premise of the first season.
All right.
So this guy wants a raise, right? And he goes to his boss.
We all do.
And he says, I want to send my kids to a better school. I would like more money. And the guy's like,
Second that.
no. And he goes, but you can afford it. And he's like, well, if I give you a raise, you can send your kids to school. Everybody else is going to want a raise too. Which is shit logic.
Well, don't tell the others.
But, and the guy asking for the raise was the accountant of the company. So he knew how much money the company made.
Right.
Right? So.
That's why he knew to ask.
He knew.
Smart
So he
man.
doesn't get the raise. So he and his family have this weekend campsite thing that they go to.
Okay.
So he ends up talking to the campsite owner, who's a very shady individual.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Scumbaggery.
And as it turns out, the guy is into some very illegal activities.
Ooh.
And so
Dun, dun,
the
dun.
accountant says, well, I'm not going to judge you because in this world you need to do what you need to do to make money. And the guy's like, that's a good attitude to have and keep your mouth shut. And he's like, my boss, I asked for a raise and he turned me down and I know he's worth millions. And then he's like, it would be a shame if someone kidnapped his daughter.
Oh.
So now you have there's this whole kidnapping plot, right? And it goes so badly, it's so ridiculous. But it mainly centers on this one woman cop, and like, it's the first series is only 6 episodes. Like I was so into it, I was yelling at the TV. Like when you're like
Don't go
immersed.
in there.
I'm like, girl, you better go to the basement. That's where he is. Go to the basement, girl. He's down there. Get him. Cuff him, because they don't have guns. So
Cuff them and stuff them.
they have those little baton things. I'm like, hit him with your baton. Beat the shit out of him.
Isn't they called a billy club or something?
I don't know. That's a little club. I don't know. It's badass because they have it and it looks like it's this big and then they go and it extends out.
Goes out like a lightsaber.
It's like, yeah, get it. And then they beat the shit out of you with it. Yeah, so Jay and I were watching that. Now I wish I could remember the name of the actress who's the main character and the main cop.
Right.
It's like Sarah Lancashire or something. But she did a series for HBO Max, and this is what I wanted to tell you.
Ah.
She did a series for HBO Max. Jay found out about it. And it's based on, if you can believe this,
All right.
Julia Child.
Really?
Yes. And holy shit, we started watching it. It's really good.
Really?
Yes.
Is it like a documentary?
Kind of.
Or
It's
or a
kind.
mockumentary?
I feel like it's based in a lot of it's based on reality, in terms of how, like, some of it takes place in Boston
Yeah.
What?
because she worked with WGBH. Her and her husband lived in Cambridge for a while, and it's really good. It actually in May it got renewed for a second series, so there's going to be a second season of it.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good. I was like surprised at how good it was. When you watch something and you're like, this is probably gonna be shit.
Yep.
But then it ends up being really good. Cause I watched Julia Child as a kid. My parents always had on PBS.
And I knew of it, never watched it.
Anybody like you watched Julia Child, and then they had the Victory Garden on Saturdays, which was one of my dad's shows, in This Old House. Bob Vila.
I watched Mr. Wizard. Remember him?
Mr. Wizard. I don't think he was on PBS. I feel like he was on
I think
Channel.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
I was watching You Can't Do That on Television. And Danger Mouse.
Bill and I, the science.
Well, and they had
Double Dare.
Bob Ross.
Yeah.
Uh,
I watched Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street. I didn't watch.
Yes. Me too.
And then watched Julia Child and Bob Barbara. I knew
It was-
of them.
It was on, so I just watched it in like Masterpiece Theater later in the night. And who was the other guy? They had this Asian cook, and his name was Yan, and the name of the show was Yan Can Cook.
Oh.
And that was his catchphrase. Like, he would go, if Yan can cook, so can you. And it's like, thank you, Yan. I'm going to try.
Thanks for the confidence, dude.
I mean, he had way too much confidence in his audience. He's like, you can do this. And I'm like, I don't know.
So he's like Rob Schneider in a way. You can do it.
But I was like, man, this is back when I was like, she really jumped off all the cooking shows. She was one of the first ones.
Yeah.
I was like, and that was back when PBS was like boring as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank our donors.
Yeah. Made possible by viewers like you.
I like the Electric Company too.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I used to watch the Electric Company. I think they had Morgan Freeman used to be on there.
Yep.
Yep.
My favorite part was when they did the little Spider-Man comics.
Oh. I don't know if I remember the Spider-Man comics.
They would make it look like they're reading you a comic,
Mm.
but it's a live action thing.
Oh,
With
okay.
narration.
I got you. So,
You can find it on YouTube.
You can find anything on YouTube.
Yep.
so what?
Like us.
So what kind of like spurred all that is today I was working for a little while till I had to go to my doctor's appointment.
Boo!
And there used to be this chef, and I think he was on PBS,
All right.
and his name was Justin Wilson.
Justin Wilson.
Justin Wilson. His what do you call that? Nickname was the Cajun Chef.
Cajun chef.
He was from Nolans. And he had a little catchphrase where he would say, I guarantee. And he used to do, way back near the end of his career, I think, he used to do commercials for Ruffles.
Ruffles have ridges.
Yeah, and he'd go, Ruffles. And they even had like a Cajun spice Ruffles, and they got him to hawk it. And he was like, oh, this tastes like onion, I guarantee. And I'm like, yeah, man,
I've heard
get
that
it.
phrase before. I guarantee.
Yeah, that's him. That's him. So I was watching some of his things on YouTube, and it's so funny because he goes, even if you don't cook, it's hilarious. Because he's like, I'm going to make biscuits. And I'm like, yeah, you are.
Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, you are. You just make those biscuits, Justin.
Some grits.
So he starts mixing up shit. And then he's like, he goes, because this is a buttermilk thing, I'm going to he put some kind of baking powder or something in. And he's like, you know, this is what I call a pinch. What you pinch might be different. This is what I pinch. And I'm like, what are you doing? I urge you, if you are bored, to look up Justin Wilson on YouTube. He will not disappoint you. He's hilarious.
If I can cook, I can guarantee you can cook too.
I guarantee get that onion. So funny. I'm like, get it, man. Yes. Let's do it.
You can do it.
Yeah.
That is for guarantee.
That's one of those words.
Guarantee.
It's one of those words that always messes me up too. So a moment of silence for the dictionary. But
All right.
so we had a winner last week.
We did.
And-
the movie was Casino.
It was Casino. Now Joe tells y'all to comment quick because there was
Yes.
fighting in the comments.
We had 3 winners, but only the first person who gets it first won.
Objection?
So it's worth 1 gift card at Dunkin' Donuts for $5. You can get a good amount of stuff for $5.
Well, I'm glad they want to play your game.
You know?
Yeah, you got a coffee.
Nobody wanted my hat that I put time in.
You can get a cruller.
Aw,
Anybody want a cruller?
those are
I don't know. I'm just throwing out pastry things. I don't fucking.
I guarantee.
I
I'm
guarantee.
sure they would take your pastry over my homemade hat.
With onion. So do you have a quote for this
I do
week?
have a quote.
Awesome.
Are you ready?
I can't be more ready.
Sean, are you ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Jason, are you ready? It's called a shortcut for a reason. If it was easy, it would just be the way.
I know that.
Comment below.
I know it, but I don't.
While you're there, like, subscribe, and share.
Yes.
Also, happy birthday to our good friend Livia.
Oh, hey, wait a
Happy
minute, wait a minute,
birthday!
There we
Birthday's tomorrow.
go. Well, hopefully she sees this.
Happy pre-birthday.
Hopefully she sees this before.
Well, if not,
Watch us at midnight.
Yeah.
12:01.
Do we have
Do we have an outro?
You know what? I don't know what's going. There it is.
Hey.
I can't find anything. Page 3. There we go. So thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time. Don't see you through the week. We'll see you through the window.
Have a great long weekend.
Yeah.
Monday,
I will.
Monday's a holiday for some people.
Not for me.
Right here. Have a good everything. I'll kill you later.